Alright, what's up, YouTube? It's Bitstock 14 on I Live for Saturdays, and I'm gonna do a top 10 dynamic duos list. And before I really get to start on it, I really want to talk about first. This is not really all time list. This is from 2006 to present day. And also another thing throw in there is that this is also kind of a rough draft. I'm gonna do a lot of top tens during this time and during my school time. And they're going to be a lot of rough drafts. Not going to be 100% gone by statistics and uh, different impacts of the game and all that type of stuff and all that great shit. Um, and awards and accolades that these guys racked up and the impact that they did against the defense. So it's not going to be 100% factual right now, but I would like if people want to just put out uh, if you have like an argument, you could put up whatever. You could put up your own dynamic duo that you saw from 2006 and up. And you know what? If you saw one from the past, I'll even mention them in. I'll put them in the top 10, and I'll do some research on them over the summer. So I'm gonna do a lot of these top 10 lists, and then redo them in the summer with more factual shit. All right. So at number 10 that I have from 2006 and up to present day, number 10 is Chad Henne and Mario Manningham. I think a lot of people know Mario Manningham, and actually both of them really. Chad Henne right now is a quarterback in the NFL. Doesn't just take any, and not anybody could just be even a third string quarterback in the NFL. Hell, a fifth string quarterback in the NFL. You're pretty good compared to everybody else. You still making money, so I mean, good for Chad Henne. Mario Manningham, just won a Super Bowl. Pretty damn good player. Just outstanding wide receiver overall. These guys just made big plays. I mean, against Penn State, seeing that game. The Michigan State one was the biggest one. I remember that as a kid that I saw that game. It was the craziest thing. It was just a beautiful game. Those guys just were a great uh, uh, duo. It was Mario Manningham was Chad Henne's number one guy, and anytime he needed a play, it was him. And especially their last game, those guys were awesome. They were awesome in their last game against Tim Tebow and the Florida Gators that year when Tebow won the Heisman. In the Gator Bowl, I think it was, or the Capital One Bowl. That was a great game too. At number 9, I have Juice Williams and Aurelius Benn. This duo is really close to my heart. Uh, Juice Williams and Aurelius Ben. Just I thought he was going to be a great player in the NFL, but I mean, so far it hasn't turned out so well. Juice Williams was one of the most exciting players I've ever seen. I am from Illinois, and I'm not an Illinois fan at all, but I mean, these guys. Juice Williams was from Chicago, so I always felt like Illinois was kind of represents the state and represents how good of a player we are. And when these guys were doing it, and I know Aurelius Ben is from DC, but still representing the state of Illinois. So I like to see them be successful. Um, and these guys were just awesome. On the option read, Aurelius Ben would come in motion, and then he would read with Ben, or Ben would just Juice Williams would just throw one up for grabs and let Aurelius Ben make a big time play. Aurelius Ben got robbed a touchdown. I remember an amazing catch against Penn State, and that was incredible catch. And Juice Williams could run, just extremely quick, and just a good overall college quarterback. The next one is Dennis Dixon and Jonathan Stewart. Uh, Dennis Dixon could have won the fucking Heisman that year if he didn't get injured. If he didn't doesn't tear his ACL, Oregon has a Heisman winner. And Jonathan Stewart, a lot of people know him. He's a very good back in the NFL right now for the Carolina Panthers. Very good guy. Very good player in college as well. Just great vision. One of the best guys with vision, patient runner that I've ever seen. They were just great with that option read, and they're at number 8. I'm sorry, not 7, 8. Now at number 7, I got Colin Kaepernick and Tebow. I mean, these guys just broke records with their rushing. In that pistol formation, Colin Kaepernick pretty damn good at throwing the football, but also an amazing runner. Kind of looks deceptively slow, but he's got those long legs that he would just rack up those yards. And Tebow, very strong, in between the no the tackles. This duo, they really messed up Boise State. Um, uh, last not last season, 2 seasons ago. They did cause with their great play, and it wasn't just them, but they were a big part of it. With their great play, cause their school a lot of money because if Boise State would have won, they would have got some money because they're in the same conference. If Boise State would have went to a big bowl game, but I don't think they cared. I think their main goal was to finally beat Boise State, and they were great. They were a great hookup. Number 6, I have a very recent one that just that two guys are hopefully for their futures are going to be great. Brandon Weeden and Justin Blackman. I mean, Justin Blackman is an incredible player. Incredible player. Should be a top 10 pick. Brandon Weeden, a very smart player. This year, I haven't seen an offense run this smoothly. I mean, he ran this offense as smoothly as Tim Tebow, Colt McCoy, and Sam Bradford did when they were doing it. I haven't seen it since then. Brandon Weeden did a great job just making that offense go, and he was a big part of that. And of course, Justin Blackman, the number 1 receiver. I think he had half of his yards and half of his receptions. So Justin Blackman and Brandon Weeden, a great duo. Number 5, I have one that I really used to like seeing. I really love seeing these guys on Saturdays, which was Colt McCoy and Jordan Shipley at Texas. I mean, what can you say about Colt McCoy? I still believe Colt McCoy. I mean, he was up there. He was definitely up there when Sam Bradford won the Heisman. I mean, Sam Bradford had like 50 touchdown passes, I think it was. So it's hard to take that away from him. But Colt McCoy was just an incredible quarterback in college. Just extremely accurate. Made all the smart throws. And Jordan Shipley, is a slot receiver and could play wide receiver a lot. And he showed he was a great player without Colt in the national championship game, and you see how great of a player he is. And I used to love watching these guys when Colt McCoy used to hook up with Jordan Shipley. Just had great chemistry. They were roommates, good friends forever, and now their brothers are doing it. So let's see if they could do it now. My next and number 4 top dynamic duos is Lendell White and Reggie Bush. Everybody knows about Reggie Bush. A lot of people know about Lendell White. Lendell White is a little bit oversized kind of a guy, maybe a little bit on the hefty side, but he was a strong guy. Would pound it in, get those touchdowns. I think he had like 25 touchdowns in one season when his last year at USC, and Reggie Bush, won the Heisman and all that. I was gonna put Matt Leinart, but I mean that was pretty good hookup too. But I mean Lendell White was just a bruiser. It was more of a thunder and lightning kind of a thing with Reggie and Lendell White. And then number 3, I have Tim Tebow and Percy Harvin out of Florida. I mean, those guys were incredible, especially Tim Tebow and Percy Harvin, just an overall great football player. If you could see that in college, if you see a guy who can catch, run, kick, return, he's going to be a great player in the NFL, and Percy Harvin is that. And Tim Tebow, one of the greatest to ever do it in college football. Nothing but respect for him. I used to hate this duo, but you gotta stand back and appreciate these guys, what they did. Percy Harvin would come in motion in that Gator sweep, and it would just be a read, and whoever had the ball, it didn't matter. I mean, Tim Tebow would make the right read, but I don't think it really mattered because both guys are extremely talented with the ball in their hands. And if Tim Tebow kept it, it was either a run and he would fuck you up, or a pass and he would fuck you up. And then Percy Harvin, just a great wide receiver. He actually had more rushing touchdowns than he did receiving touchdowns, but I never really noticed that. But yeah, this was a great dynamic duo. And at number 2, a lot of people argue that this is a top 2 dynamic duos of just straight up running backs, and possibly the greatest of all time, which was Felix Jones and Darren McFadden out of Arkansas. These guys were awesome to watch. I used to love watching them in the Wildcat, or the Wild Hog it was called at the time. And Darren McFadden was the main guy taking the snap, and Felix Jones coming in motion. A lot of people knew about Darren McFadden at some point, and then Felix Jones out of nowhere, they're just, whoa, what's going on here? Who's this guy? And of course, they also had Peyton Hillis, which I'm thinking about right now, doing a top a triple threat duo kind of a thing, a triple threat 3-headed monster, because Tim Tebow and Matt Leinart, Lendell White, Reggie Bush is good, and also Felix Jones, Peyton Hillis and Darren McFadden, but straight up Felix Jones, Darren McFadden, top two. They just those guys racked up yards like crazy. I mean, just ridiculous. Darren McFadden could throw too. Just a great, one of the greatest I've ever seen. And now the number one duo, I think, can be of all time. I'm not. I don't want to sound ignorant and say, "Oh yeah, I know for a fact it is," because I don't know a fact for it is. But I know for a fact. I don't think. I think even when I look at the stats and everything, these guys will still be number one. I'm pretty damn sure. And that is Pat White and Steve Slaton out of West Virginia. God, that is the definition. These guys basically made the statement of this is what a dynamic duo should be forever. This is the standard. Like, this is what you have to live up to. This is basically the top level. I mean, they didn't invent the read option, but they really did bring it back, more to say make it more popular than it was. And they really not revolutionized it, well, in the shotgun, I guess. Pat White just made incredible reads, and it was just almost unstoppable. And Steve Slaton, a great in between the tackles runner, strong. And Pat White, extremely fast, extremely accurate with the football, great thrower. I mean, these guys just carved up defenses like crazy. In their freshman season, when they went to the Sugar Bowl against Georgia, just demolished them, just destroyed. So yeah, they destroyed them. I had to redo it because something got fucked up with the audio, but yeah, Pat White and Steve Slaton just dominated that game. Overall, West Virginia did outplay Georgia. But I'll just show you the stats of that night. Pat White was 11 of 14, 120 yards passing, with one touchdown pass and 24 carries, 77 rush yards, and 3.2 per carry. And the biggest night had to go to Steve Slaton. With 26 carries, 204 yards, 7.8 per carry, and 3 rushing touchdowns. And he also had 1 reception for 8 yards. But, I mean, overall, those guys just were the toughest duo. I mean, like, the toughest offensive weapons anyone's ever seen. Like, that combination was just, it was like a yin and yang kind of a thing. It was a perfect combination of power, speed, great decision making, passing, accuracy, running, quickness, just everything. Both guys had that. Well, besides Steve Slaton with his passing, but because he's a running back, whatever. I mean, the defensive coordinators. I can't imagine the nightmare they had to do when they had West Virginia the next week and they had a game plan for them. I mean, it must have been. I mean, it was hell. I mean, you just see defenses struggle all the time, and no defense could ever consistently shut them down. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. That's my top 10 dynamic duos of all time. Comment, like, subscribe. Always fucking subscribe. And if you have like I said, if you have some dynamic duo, even of any time at all, just put it in the link. Put it in the comment box. If you have a video suggestion what I should do next, put it down there too. So yeah, I'm I Live for Saturdays, or actually I'm Bisock 14 on I Live for Saturdays. And that's pretty much it. Peace out.